Hi and welcome students. Today we are going to read the poem The Secret of the Machines by Rudyard Kipling. This poem also appeared in the collection of poetry as Modern Machinery. Let us read. I have highlighted certain words. We, of course, it's a poetic device that is personification, and I've also brought out certain aspects of rhyme scheme. As I discuss, I will let you know. Let me read. We were taken from the ore bed and the mine. Over here, V stands for the iron. That means the modern machinery, it is being expressed in the form of an autobiography. The machine, how it forms from inception, that means from the very beginning of its life. It is talking about that it is taken out from the ore, and then it passes through the process of metallurgy, that is blast furnace. It is purified, the iron is separated and made into and beaten into metal, and different tools connected together to fit and make a small machinery. So let us read. We were taken from the ore bed and the mine. We were melted in the furnace. Furnace is heat. And the pit. And we were cast and wrought and hammered to design. And we were cut and filed and tooled and gauged to fit. And some water, coal and oil is all we ask. That is means this is the food for it, for working and providing some work. Over here, we, that is iron, that has been personified. It is talking to us. So that is how the word we and us is being used throughout the poem. And let us look at the rhyme scheme. The word end, the first verse ends with mine. Mine is this one sound. I'm giving attaching one letter A to it. Pit is another sound. T is another sound. So I'm attaching a letter B to it. Design, M or mine, it rhymes with it. So I'm going back to the same letter and writing it over here. Fit, it rhymes with pit. So I'm repeating that letter over here. Ask is a new sound, and there is a line after it. And the thousand of an inch we give us play. Play, ask and play does not rhyme, so it is a new sound. So we write the new letter over here, D, and then and now if we set us to our task, task is one sound which rhymes with ask, so I repeat that letter. We will serve you 4 and 20 hours a day. Day rhymes with play, so I am repeating the D sound. So the rhyme scheme in this particular stanza is A B A B C D C D. Reading further, and a thousandth of an inch to give us play. That means if you give us the machinery is saying if you give us a small place for us to move, that which the word play is used for it. And now if you will set us to our task, that means if you give us a task or set it to work, we will serve you 4 and 20 hours a day. That means we'll serve you throughout the day, 24 hours a day. This is what the metal is speaking in terms of that, how it was taken out, how it was beaten into a tool and connected together to make a small machinery. It is just asking for a small space to work and little oil, coal, water for it to work. It will serve us 24 hours a day. Reading further, we can pull and haul. Haul is also means pull and push. Haul and pull and lift and drive. We can print and plow and weave and heat and light. We can run and race and swim and fly and dive. We can see and hear and count and write, read and write. If you can recollect the actions that those are described over here, try connecting it with one example of a machinery for each action. I'm sure you will come up with a number of such examples. I'm setting this as an example that, for example, count, a calculator can count. Read, write, I think computers can be considered for that. Here there are devices that captures the sound. So I want you to list those devices which are mentioned over here. Fly, for example, aeroplane, helicopters, and there are quite a few, and the rockets are also there which shoots up in the air. Would you call a friend from half across the world? The signal that is given over here, the hint that is given over here is that of the telecommunication. That is, in the previous days it was the telex, now the telephone, now wireless, mobiles, and other waves for used for communication. If you let us have this name and town and state, that means if you tell this machinery, the town and state, the codes, if you provide, this machinery will give a call to that person, and your crackling voice, your question can be heard at the other end. You shall see and hear your crackling question hurled across the arch of heaven while you wait. That means it will ring and your voice will go right across. Has he answered? Does he need you at his side? The machinery is asking you to connect to people through it. You can start this very evening if you choose and take the Western Ocean in the stride of 70,000 horses and some screws. It is saying that it will provide you the service. It just needs certain tools screwed together, and it will serve you with the power of so many horses, which will serve you right across the ocean. The boat express is waiting your command. Now here from air, land, it has come to water, and you will find Mauretania at the quay. That means the name of a huge ship. Till her captain turns the lever beneath his hand, and the monstrous 9-decked city goes to sea. This is a huge ship named Mauretania that will sail into the sea at just the command of the captain. It's a huge machinery that will run on water. Do you wish to make the thousands bare their head? Now I'm showing the rhyme scheme over here. That is how I have highlighted those words for you to understand, and see whether it matches with the rhyme scheme that we have done earlier. I've left out one stanza in between where I want you to try out this rhyme scheme all by yourself. Do you wish to make the mountains bare their head and lay their new cut forest at your feet? Do you want to turn a river in its bed, or plant a barren wilderness with wheat? Now quite a number of machinery are being mentioned over here. For example, for combine, harvester, all such examples are mentioned over here. Electric saw for cutting down the trees, and even for mountains are cut down nowadays with heavy machinery. Shall we pipe aloft and bring the you water down from the never failing cisterns of the snow, to work the mills and tramways in your town and irrigate your orchards as it flows? Now water irrigation is being mentioned over here. It is easy, give us dynamite and drills. Watch the iron-shouldered rocks lie down and quake, and the thirsty desert level floods and fills, and the valley we have dammed becomes a lake. It is asking you for certain dynamite and drills for you to break through the mountains and remove the rocks and create way for your, maybe clear your deserts, clear the mountains, and make way the way you want to reshape the land, either into valleys or into lakes. But remember please the law by which we live. Now this is something very serious, pay attention. We will not build to comprehend a lie. We can neither love nor pity nor forgive. Now though it has been personified, it is mentioning the certain aspects which it doesn't have. Please pay attention to it. These are certain human qualities which the machinery will not have. If you make a slip in handling us, you die. That means if you mishandle the machine, you die. It is not as careful as human beings. We are greater than the peoples of the kings. Be humble as you crawl beneath our rods. That means it can come heavy on you if you are not careful. It can fall upon you, it can kill you. So be careful. Machineries are such, it doesn't have that human sense to take a decision by itself. Our touch can alter all created things. We are everything on earth except the gods. Though our smoke may hide the heavens from your eyes, though now it is talking about pollution, we will vanish and the stars will shine again. It will vanish and the stars will shine again, because for all our power and weight and size, we are nothing more than children of your brain. That means this is smoke and the pollution can vanish. Human beings, it is showing that an example of human beings, that they can overcome and overpower everything, and machinery, they are subservient to the human mind. That is, at the end it is accepting that though it is a creation of the human brain, but it is still the children of the brain. That means it is subservient to the human brain, though powerful, but human brains are stronger than that. About the poem, now let us read further. Though the certain answers are provided for guidance, these are not the actual answers. Students are expected to write their own answers after reading these guidelines, and it should be interconnected, written in the form of a paragraph, not as independent lines as shown over here. Rewrite this paragraph to show the correct process of the formation of machines. Now the process, you can use a graphic organizer and you can build your first process. For that means from the iron ore, from then it is beaten into metals and sheets, then tools, then it is connected together, and that is made into a machinery. Now the lines are given in such a manner that you need to rearrange it and write. So I am skipping the lines through. That means metals are extracted from the iron ore through heating. The shaped metals are used to make the tools in machines. The extracted metals are purified. The ores are extracted from mining. See, you can see that this line should be in the very beginning. So you need to reorder these lines. The purified metals are shaped through molding and hammering. The extracted ores are purified. This ores and purified should go to next to the previous one, and hammering should come later. Now let us see how I have given certain hints, but these are again not written in the form of a paragraph. I want you to use transitional words, process words. Try using the transitional words for process writing first, then next, after which finally, okay, those words to be used for process writing. I have not used it because I have given it as a task for you. These are only guidelines. The ores are extracted through mining. The extracted ores are purified. Metals are extracted from their ores through heating. The extracted metals are purified. The purified metals are shaped through molding and hammering. The shaped metals are used to make tools and machines. So please use transitional words, without which this answer is completely invalid and disconnected. There is no fluency in the answer. What is the nine-decked city? Why is it described as monstrous? The nine-decked city is referred to Mauretania, the high-speed luxury passenger ship launched in 1906. It is described as monstrous because it was the world's biggest passenger ship at that time. And if you remember, little later into 1914, 12 or 14, by that time Titanic was built. So in 1906, it was Mauretania, one of the biggest ships. What do you understand by the line, shall we pipe aloft and bring you water down? Now let us see, this is an explanation of the poem. The line means that the machines can go up to a great height and bring water down where human beings live. Which stanza shows us that the machines have mastered almost all the common human activities. We can pull and haul and push and lift and drive. These are the forces of you can connect with physics over here. That these are the forces of force where push, pull, haul, lift, drive and different levers are used over here. These are certain activities which are completely connected, or when you talk about it, it is you think of a human being's activity. We can print and plow and weave and heat and light. This is again print is a machinery. Plow, the human beings use the plow to plow the field, and weave again it is a process of using thread to weave a cloth. And heat and light, these are certain activities. Again it is connected to human activities. We can run and race and swim, fly and dive. These are again human activities. And we can see and hear, count, read and write. These are again human activities. Now I want you to think of a machine that does this work, which is similar to that of a human being. For example, pull. Which machinery can pull? hall, which machinery can push, which machinery can lift, which machinery can drive, and we can print and plow. I want you to think of the plowing machine. You can think of the tractors used by farmers, and list those machinery for each and every activity that is mentioned over here. For swim, you can have submarines. For fly, you can have aeroplanes. For dive, think of a machinery that comes to your mind. What actions are the machines incapable of doing? That means the actions which the machinery cannot do. Machinery cannot detect a lie. It was mentioned that certain qualities which are very human, that those of human beings, not that of a machine. Besides, machines are not built to love or hate its owner or anyone. These machines are emotionless and have no feelings and can be dangerous if not handled properly. That means machinery cannot decide or discern what is happening. It will happen. It is just set to some mechanical actions. It cannot discern what is near it. It will just continue. If you are not careful, you can hurt yourself and you may die also. What is the warning issued by the machines? We must accept the fact that our dependency on machines are increasing day by day. A time is about to come when people will depend on the machine to wake them from sleep. I think we already have that. This poem is quite old. We do have alarm clocks, and then to put them back to sleep. Yes, nowadays we have delta music that puts people back to sleep. Alpha, beta and delta waves are sound waves used for putting people into deep sleep. Walk and eat. For walking, yes, we have treadmills. For eat, I want people to think and give a suggestion what machines help us to eat. Of course, I think for medical support, life support, yes, for eating also something is available. In this, if this really happens, life will be different without feelings, sympathy, pity, forgiveness, and love. I believe this is what is happening in these times when machinery has taken the better of us. Which lines tells us that for every little input, the machines are able to provide constant daily service to humans. Let us see what are the suggestions we have. These are the extract exactly from the stanza from the poem. You need to read this and you need to express in your own words. Some water, coal, oil is all we ask, and 1/1000th of an inch to give us play. That means small space to give us to move, for the machinery to move. And now if you will set us to our task, that means if you allow, if you set or just switch on, and we will serve you 24 hours a day. I want you to write this answer in your own words, not the lines exactly as listed over here. Which two opposing claims do the machines make in the poem? We are everything on earth except the gods. The machinery is saying that we are everything. That means we can do everything, but we are not gods. We are nothing more than children of your brain. That means we are subservient to the human brains. Which lines tells us that the all-powerful nature of the machines is only an illusion. That means it is not real. We are greater than the peoples or the kings. That means assuming machine to be greater than the people or greater than those of the most powerful kings. Be humble as you crawl beneath our rods. It is advising you to be humble as you crawl, as you move or you walk under the rods or under the machinery. Our touch can alter all created things. That means it can change all the things that those are around. We are everything on earth except the gods. That means everything that is the most powerful or all supreme is gods. We should not consider machineries to be all supreme in nature. There are certain points of discussion. Written in the early decades of the 20th century, this poem looks back at the scientific and technological advancements that had taken place over the past 2 centuries. Now, this poem, you can make out that it was written way back, and in this past century, the science and technology has taken advancements in leaps and bounds, and we what is mentioned over here that it might happen, it has already happened. So now reflect on the machinery that has really replaced the the existing situations and taken the better of us. Look up on the internet and make a chronological note of the major advancements that took place in science, medicine, and technology between 1700 and 1900. That means in those 200 years. Share and discuss, then collect information in class. I have done certain for you. You may search and check whether this information is correct or incorrect. Only then you may record it on a timeline in your notebook. Timeline can be vertical and it can also be horizontal. If you feel the points are too many, you may have it vertical in your notebook. And this we are relating to science also, and the timeline we are relating to social studies. So we have a lot of cross curricular links in this particular lesson. Students may pause the screen, read and take down the information while you are searching on the internet. You may pause the video and you may search, and if it is correct and you find the information, you may also add the link for your electronic project. I'll go slow over here. You may read, take down, and if you can find who has invented that, it will be an additional piece of information for you to connect with science. And plotting it on the timeline, a vertical line with certain segments mentioned. There are quite a lot of advancement that took place. Pause the video. Louis Pasteur, I believe that's a very common name. We have studied in science. We have also studied about vaccine in science. We know about X-rays. We know about certain epidemics and vaccines. Okay. Now we proceed to the next question. Write about any two inventions made during this period and their impact on the lives of the people at the time. You may select any of those inventions and talk about it. I have selected telephone. You may select mobile. You may also go ahead and talk about any other device. Please make sure that you are talking about machinery, not about the apps. The telephone has had a big impact on the world. When the telephone was first introduced, it could only be afforded by the rich, as the materials needed for connection were very expensive. That was in 1977. The telephone was promoted on the grounds that it would increase wealth, employment and improved means of communication. The invention of the telephone led to development of city centers, office buildings and the concept of an urban worker society. It has led to the creation and destruction of jobs. Why creation? Because it gave more jobs to the people as operators. Destruction of jobs, that means those people who were using, say for example, letters etc. for postman, post office, that communication died out, and that's how jobs were reduced. The needs for positions such as messenger boys, telegraphers and ironically operators became virtually unnecessary. That is the information from 1995. It has changed the pace of the business and made the world smaller and more accessible to all. The telephone has provided security and helped emergency situations. You can give one example of emergency situations with regard to telephone. You have got emergency numbers, say of police, of fire, of other emergency numbers which you should know by heart. I want you to find out the emergency numbers for ambulance, for fire engine and for police emergency, and please make a note of it in your notebook. I also want you to find out the telephone number of the help center for children, women and children. Please make a note of it and record in your notebook. Another example is bicycle. Of course, you may think of cars and other such examples, or even metro. I'm leaving that example to you. This is one example that I have recorded for the students' knowledge. I want you to do your own example, not the example given by me. Bicycles. Bicycles were introduced in the late 19th century in Europe. The bicycle's invention has had an enormous effect on society, both in terms of culture and in advancing modern industrial methods. Several components that eventually played a key role in the development of the automobiles were initially invented for use in the bicycles, including ball bearings, pneumatic tires, chain-driven sprockets, and tension-spoked wheels. From the beginning until today, bicycles have been and are employed for many uses. In a utilitarian way, bicycles are used for transportation. Bicycle commuting and utility cycle. It can be used as a workhorse used by mail carriers, paramedics, police messengers, and general delivery services. The bicycle is also used for recreational purposes such as bicycle touring, mountain biking, physical fitness, and play. Now, read and appreciate. Now we are coming to the poetic devices and the literary devices. Let us see what do we have. Stanza forms, the verses together, those are bundled together where we have done the rhyme scheme, those are called stanzas. A stanza, as you know, is a division of a poem consisting of two or more lines arranged together as a unit. We can compare it to a paragraph in a piece of prose writing. In a prose, that means in a story form or narration, sentences which are written together are called a paragraph. In poetry, when the verses are clustered together, grouped together, it is called a stanza. Some of the most common stanza forms are named according to the number of lines in them. Here are the names of common stanza forms and number of lines. For example, when you say couplet, couplet is a stanza form. How many lines does a couplet have? 2 lines. Tercet stanza form. How many lines does it have? It has got 3 lines. Quatrain is a stanza form. How many lines does it have? It has 4 lines. Quintain is a stanza form, and how many lines does it have? It's a number of lines, 5. I want you to go and check the poem, The Secret of Machinery, or about this poem, and find and tell me which form or stanza form is used in this particular poem. Tercet 7, octave 8. What is the stanzaic pattern of the poem you just read? The poem is divided into 8 stanzas, of which 4 consist of 8 lines, that means octave, and the other 4 have 4 lines, that is quatrain each. I want you to go and find it out yourself so that you're convinced with the answer. If you need to dispute, you have all the reasons to dispute. Now, this particular poem was written way back 200 years back, and there's a lot of changes that have taken place. Now, I have not mentioned the machinery in today's world. I want you to go back to the poem, underline an action, list that action in your notebook, and write the machinery that you find in today's world. You may use internet to research, and it's quite a lot that you need to delve into. Do not remain on the surface level. Find and then go to the poetic devices. Look at the poetic devices, look at the rhyme scheme, look at personification, and if you find any simile or metaphor, I want you to identify any of those. If there's any comparison made, if the word so, as, and like is used, I am like this, I am like that, then it is simile. If it is mentioned directly that I work, say for example, I have the power of a lion, I am the lion and I'm a tiger in the fight, then it is a metaphor. Go and check if you find any comparison And then comparison is divided into simile and metaphor. If the word so, as, and like is used, then the comparison is a simile. If it is not used and you still find that some comparison is established, then it is a metaphor. I want you to find that also. Then you have assonance. As what is assonance? First find that, search what is an assonance, and then go back and check if you have any examples of assonance in this. Then go and check alliteration. First find out what is alliteration. Go back to the poem and check whether you have alliteration in this particular poem or not. Then look for the repetition. Repetition means the words which are repeated but within the same line or within the close by. If there are any repeated words for emphasis, please go and check that also in the poem. Is there any onomatopoeia, that means words like quack quack or bow bow, those kind of words? Please check. If not, we do not have those poetic devices in this particular poem. If there is any poetic device that you can identify or you can search on the internet, come back and check your poem, and you would like to discuss that, go ahead and discuss that, comment on it. If you are new on the channel, kindly subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you get the notification for the next video when I upload in this series. And if you like this video, I suggest that you share with then hit like and share with family and friends, and kindly like the video so that it gets added up in your liked videos playlist, and you can always return to the liked video for your revision and for tests. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.